Sorry to interrupt the good conversation. Welcome to the July 19th, 2022 meeting of the Board of Parks and Recreation for the Consolidated City of Indianapolis. Thank you all so much for being here. We'll do a quick round of introductions around the table, starting to my left.
Don Colvin, Deputy Director, Board Advisor.
Larry Bates, Board Member.
Phyllis Boyd, Board Chair and Parks Director.
Joseph Wins, Board Member.
Caitlin Campbell, Council for Parks.
Olivia Hume, Board Secretary.
All right, so I just wanted to fill folks in on what's all the great stuff happening in parks. So I'll just run through a few updates and announcements. We had adventure-packed summer so far, and it's still ongoing. From our visit to Washington Park with its wonderful day campers to summer concerts at Holiday Park and canoeing at Broadway Park, our entire team is helping children and adults enjoy our many park spaces inside and out. And getting in on the summer activities is none other than Blue, Butler Blue, as you can see here on the slide, the fourth, the energetic mascot for Butler University. Next slide, please. Indy Park summer pool season is well underway, and actually we are approaching what may be the final 2 weeks for the season for most, if not all of the pools. We've given out more than 20,000 free pool passes, and so that's not 20,000 people, that's 20,000 families that have been able to access our pools for free this year. And the passes are still available at any pool, and the Customer Service Center at Riverside Regional Park can also help you there. To find a full list of the pool offerings and the free admission details, just visit parks.indy.gov. If you happen to not be able to get to a pool or it's busy and at capacity, there are other ways to cool off. You can go visit one of our 17 splash pads, and you can also find that list on our website. So recently, Indy Parks joined the Windsor Village Park Day Campers to celebrate our free summer meals for youth ages 18 and under. And this summer, Indy Parks will provide daily delivery of meals to nearly 69 meal sites, including the 13 park sites and the mobile locations. We're really thankful to our partners, including the Indiana Department of Education, Chef for Hire, Second Helpings, Gleaners Food Bank, and Verizon for their dedication to this really incredible program. And special thanks to our Indy Parks team members, Amy, Marissa, and Joeen, for their efforts to guide the food program throughout the year. Our summer concert and movie series is going strong, and joining us this week, if you want to, you can check out Jazz at the Beach with Brenda Williams, The Sounds of Tommy Baldwin at Broadway Park, and the Pride of Indy Concert Band at Garfield Park. While the Taggart Memorial Amphitheater events just finished their summer series, the events beginning again on August 19th through September 30th will be part of the fall series. So Indy Parks and Gang Gang are partnering on the Taggart series with support from the Lilly Foundation through the Parks Alliance of Indianapolis. The Indy Parks tagline, creating places and experiences that inspire, is a great reminder of the possibilities that come with managing park spaces. Next year, using federal funds from the American Rescue Plan, Indy Parks will give some of our playgrounds and hard courts a much-needed makeover. A new playground could cost anywhere from $500,000 to $800,000, depending on the size and the needed improvements. And hard courts for basketball and other activities can range from $11,000 to $85,000. So we'll also be expanding Wi-Fi in parks beyond the 3 that were equipped during the pilot phase, and the goal is to outfit 20 additional parks with Wi-Fi capability using these funds. And we'll have more details in the coming months. And throughout our partnership with the Office of Public Health and Safety, we are thrilled to offer safe summer events on Friday evenings at Garfield Park and Riverside Park from 7 to 10 p.m. and Washington Park from 8 to 11 p.m. through August 5th. We're also offering sports of all sorts on Saturdays at Riverside Park through July 30th, and that is from 6 to 8 p.m. And we just are showing some pictures of folks, youth enjoying the various activities. There you go. Last week, Indy Parks and community members unveiled the new Willard Park Skate Park, which is located at 1901 Washington Street, and it's the first skate park to be built in Indianapolis in 20 years. The 13,000 square foot skate park features granite blocks from the old City County Building Plaza and artistic concrete forms for the various tricks that the skaters like to do. During construction, skate park designer Hunger Skate Parks implemented several moments of art to acknowledge Willard Park and skateboarders who were involved in the process of visioning the park. And the family of Ethan Williams was there to really honor him, as well as many friends and park members and community members. Our team was thrilled to celebrate renovated basketball courts at Brookside Park with Pacer Sports and Entertainment, Mayor Joe Hogsett, Councilor Duke Oliver, and the Parks Alliance of Indianapolis, and of course, Freddie Fever and Boomer. And following the ribbon cutting ceremony, Park Day campers were the first to try out the colorful new courts with the Pacers-led basketball clinic. As you can tell from the photos, Pacer Sports and Entertainment continues to invest in our city parks, and we look forward to the next park project. Now Don Colvin will share a few step updates of his team.
Thank you, Director. Have the opportunity, I've finally been able to fill several of the positions on my construction management team. And so these folks are going to be you're going to be seeing more of them as we bring projects forward. The first person I'd like to introduce is Corey Kranit. He's our new construction administrator over the construction and project management side, and he's added 2 team members to his team, Mark Taylor, and we have Kevin Thompson, who just recently this week joined our team. So they'll be our project managers over these various parks, and Corey will start to do some of the presentations on the construction side. Give me a little bit of a break so I can sit up here a little longer. But thank you. I'm welcome to have him aboard. I look forward to a lot of creative work, and they bring a lot of skills to the table. Maybe you want to say something about yourself. You'd have to come up to the microphone. Corey, you're going to be up first, but maybe Kevin and Mark, just briefly say 1 or 2 things to the board.
Yeah, so I've now been with Don's team for about 3 years now as a project manager. I learned from some of the other project managers before they moved on to retirement or other things. So I have a decent amount of experience now with how we build things in parks and the kinds of things we need to look out for when we're out there, building for the community. So yeah, I look forward to kind of increasing my responsibilities and presenting these projects to you all.
Thanks, Corey.
I'm Kevin Thompson. I've been with the city over 20 years. I've been with BNS as a building inspector, supervisor, so I know the construction part. And I'm even here my second day, so I'm very excited and looking forward to continuing working.
All right. Welcome.
Thank you, Kevin.
Welcome aboard.
Hi, everyone. I'm Mark Taylor. You might have seen me in here before. The last 5 years, I've been the administrator over maintenance for the parks, and recently just moved into this position. Been, I think, 3 or 4 weeks at this time, so just looking forward to the new opportunity. I've been with the city also about 20 years. This is just a different role that I'm really looking forward to.
Great.
Thank you, Mark.
Yep.
So first up, let's approve the minutes for the June Board of Parks and Recreation. Board members have received the minutes over email to review, and I will call for a motion to approve the June 21st, 2022 minutes of the
So
Board
moved.
of Parks and Recreation.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The minutes are passed. And moving on to new business.
The Resource Development Division is recommending that the Board of Parks and Recreation approve a new professional services agreement for design with Whitaker in the lump sum total agreement amount of $64,815 with reimbursable expenses not to exceed $500, with an agreement expiration date of 45 days after project final completion, which is expected on December 31st, 2023.
Good afternoon, members of the board. Don Colvin, Deputy Director. This particular project is for design services at Andrew Ramsey Splash Pad. We currently have an existing splash pad there that's kind of aged out and needs to be renovated. We are trying to bring before you Whitaker engineers, who we've been able to work with successfully on most of our recent aquatic renovation projects. They bring a long, many years of skills and understanding of the aquatic industry and literally anything that's hydraulic and fluid, sanitary systems and that. This proposal is basically to refurbish the whole thing, take out all the existing and come in with all new features. Luckily, we already have a comfort station there on property, so we don't have to add that. And then this also is, I believe, one of the American Relief Funds for the playground renovations as well. Are there any questions from the board?
Maybe not a question, but just a comment. On the design concept or the new design, would like to at least recommend that it stay basic as far as operational, that we don't get in a situation like we did at Tarkington where you couldn't get a part for the operating of the system. And, you know, it was a lot of community concerns, hard as it was, we were waiting for a part. And so I know we can be creative in the operation of it. I know we went to the different systems, circulating the water and chemicals and all that. But we need to have something in this design that if the system breaks down, our pool can still operate. So I don't know whether that's possible. I don't know whether that's feasible. But I'm just saying, you know, I just put that out there for conversation with the designers, you know, that if we get something too sophisticated and the part goes down, the system doesn't operate. Can we go to something manually to keep it operating? And like I said, that's what a lot of comments I got over the Tarkington situation, that we were waiting on a part for it to operate, and you know how that works. So I just throw that out for conversation, you know, with your team, the construction people, that, you know, we don't make these spray pools so complicated that if we need a part, we can't operate it.
Very, very good advice. I did mention, I do have Whitaker engineers here in the audience, the engineering team. This one is not going to be recirculated. It was already planned to just use city water in, use it, and then it goes down into sanitary. Sometimes when we move into the larger facilities, that's when you need your own internal ballast tank and pump systems because of the sheer size and volume to activate all your features. We learned a lot this year about the supply chain, and with just a simple little valve.
Right.
Really
can shut you down for months,
for
waiting
months.
on a little valve.
Exactly.
Right.
So we have to be, to your point, we have to be very sensitive about that, because our pool season and splash pad season is very short to begin with.
Right.
And to lose 20 days, 10 days really is impactful.
Well, I'd share that same sentiment. I was at Bethel Park about 3 weeks ago, and their pool is shut down, and it's because of what Joe was saying. They don't have parts to repair it. So that's, you know, obsolescence, I guess, is one of my issues too. You don't want to deal with something where we put something in and we can't get parts for it. You know, it's planned obsolescence, I guess, is what I'm speaking against. So
Yeah, we've been trying to select manufacturers that are locally and that can easily work on them. As everybody's aware, we're in a very unique environment right now with supply chain across the country. And on Tarkington, the manufacturer was waiting 3 weeks before they even received the part. So once they received it, we got it within less than a week.
Right.
But it was the manufacturers that are having a problem. That's what, at Bethel in particular, those are standard pumps that everybody carries, but the actual mechanical piece we need, the manufacturer doesn't have.
Something we can go to Lowe's or Menards and pick up, something simple.
I wish it was that
Yeah,
easy.
but I just
Be
just
nice.
for conversation, as the designers and the maintenance experts sit down and talk, just keep that in mind. Because when you lose 3 weeks or 4 weeks out of a 10-week summer, you know, you've lost half of the season. So just something to think about.
No, that's an excellent point you make.
Thank you. Any other comments or questions? All right. Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve agenda item number 26.
So move.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it, and the motion carries. Next agenda item, please.
The Resource Development Division is recommending that the Board of Parks and Recreation approve a new professional services agreement for design with Commonwealth Engineering, Inc., CEI, and the lump sum total agreement amount of $391,204.81, with reimbursable expenses not to exceed $20,000, with an agreement expiration date of 45 days after project final completion, which is expected to be December 2024.
This particular project is fairly complicated, and it's broken up into two parts. If we take a look at the area highlighted in red, that's the Kranit Pond, and we're going to be looking at the road that comes in the culvert, and then at the bottom of the picture is the spillway where the water leaves the pond area. Next slide, please. So this is the culvert. It was an old galvanized pipe that goes under the road. As you can see, it's been compressed and starting to collapse. During high water events, the water literally flows over the drive, the road, and actually blocks the street. And we have to be sensitive to that because if it's a flash flood, it prevents guests from leaving the facility and being able to either come to the Kranit Family Center or actually being trapped at the Family Center. So this particular job, the drive culvert, there's required to do a hydrological study to see the volume of flow in the creek. It's to put in a new concrete box culvert that would allow the flow underneath the road. It also has to replace the section of the trail for ADA purposes. It's also going to widen the road. When the park is very busy, guests park all along the drive as well as fill up the parking lot. And then we have a concern that emergency vehicles can't come and go as fast. So the drive itself will be widened to a typical road width so we can accommodate not only the new box culvert, but traffic flow both ways during very busy times of the year. Phase 2 of this project is the spillway at the bottom of the pond. When the water level gets up, it flows over those grates down into a box and then goes out with a drain into Neely Creek. What happens is the flow gets so great that any debris clogs that spillway. And it's very dangerous for the staff to go out there and pull the branches and the leaves off that spill. They literally have to get on that metal grate. And then in the next slide, I think, may show in front of it, you can see in the top right corner, the water kind of goes through a little spillway, and that gets all clogged up. So if someone had a misstep, they literally could fall in front of that drain and potentially be in a dangerous situation. So we're going to redesign that whole piece and make it more maintenance-free. Also, ability to, when that clogs up, the pond floods and then spills out into the parking lot and covers the trail, so the trail becomes unusable. So this project will redesign a new spillway culvert, and then you can see the drain pipe as it deposits it back into Neely Creek. This is a pretty substantial project. It probably is going to price out about over $2.5 million by the time it comes to a bid on this project. Are there any questions the board has?
No? All right, hearing none, I will entertain a motion to approve agenda item number 27.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it and the motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. New business, please.
The Resource Development Division staff recommends the Board of Parks and Recreation approve and authorize the director to award PA 18135 Reverend Charles Williams Park to Patterson Horth in the lump sum amount of $2,258,000 on the basis that they are the lowest responsive and responsible bidder.
Yes, so as Don said earlier, Corey Kranit, construction administrator. So this project consists of development of the current Charles Williams Park property, including, so the new project will build a new playground, horseshoe pits, a new parking lot. There'll be 2 shelters, one more of a picnic shelter and one that can be used for performances. Sidewalks connecting everything, as well as a trail connection from the park over to the Monon Trail along Sutherland Avenue. Substantial completion is scheduled for May 26th of 2023, and final completion is scheduled for June 9th of 2023. As far as bidding, we got on June 23rd, 2022, we received 2 bids. The low bidder was Patterson Horth in the lump sum amount of $2,258,000. Their XBE documentation indicates they made a good faith effort to meet the owner's goals with 0.3% MBE, 9.8% WBE, 0% VBE, and 0.2% DOBE, subcontractor and supplier participation. The Office of Minority and Women Business Development reviewed Patterson Horth's submittal and found they had put forth a good faith effort. One other thing I wanted to note on this project, the $750,000 of that is going to be funded by a grant from DNR's Land and Wildlife Conservation Fund grant, so that will cover $750,000 of the project. Is there any questions?
Can you repeat the completion dates?
Sure. So the scheduled completion dates are May 26th of 2023. Final completion is June 9th of 2023. That's sort of just the substantial is when it'll be mostly done, and then they have some cleanup and stuff that'll finish right after that.
Thank you.
Any additional questions or comments?
No comments.
Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve agenda item number 28.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it and the motion carries. Next agenda item, please.
The Resource Development Division is recommending that the Board of Parks and Recreation approve a change order to the PA 17067 Dan Wakefield Spray Pad Project with Trisler Construction Company in the increased amount of $24,991.30 for a new total lump sum amount of $399,991.31. The change order adds 12 days to the completion dates for new substantial completion by July 12, 2022, and final completion by July 20th, 2022.
This change order covers the following changes that were required throughout the project. We had to do some additional survey work of the sewer that Citizens Energy required as part of our permit. We had to modify some of the storm drainage around the site to just kind of capture the standing water, that an issue that's kind of come up. We had to make changes to the spray manifold, some valves in order to regulate the pressure. We also did some vegetation removal and grading around the pad because it kind of sits lower, so we wanted to kind of smooth out the surrounding grade so that it wasn't so steep and water would run off onto the spray pad. So that's what that change order is for.
Are there any questions or comments from the board? Yep. Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve agenda item number 29.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it and the motion carries. Thank you, Corey. That is our last agenda item. Next month's board meeting is scheduled for August 23rd, 2022. That's a change from what we had said last month. So August 23rd, 2022, 4 p.m. at the Garfield Park Arts Center. And with that, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
We are adjourned. Thank you.